Good morning, everyone. I'm Anthony Rose, founder and CEO at SeedLegals. I used to head up BBC iPlayer. After I left the BBC, I built a startup, sold it. Built a startup, sold it, invested in a few, got tired of paying lawyers to do my legals, and decided to change all of that. So SeedLegals is a new platform, well, now been out a couple of years, that is completely changing the way companies can raise investment and build their business. For now, it starts with UK companies, but I'm going to tell you how we're going to change the world of legals in 4 steps. So when you think about it, you want to invest in a company, you want to hire somebody, you start by going to lawyers. You tell your lawyer what you want, they tell the other lawyer what they want, they argue for ages, they charge you lots of money by the hour, they exchange red-line Word documents, it's all lost in translation, it's insane. It's time to change that. And that's exactly what we're doing at SeedLegals. So, SeedLegals for now is the fastest way for a UK company to do a funding round. And what we do is we've looked at everything that a company wants to do in its life cycle. Initially, it needs to hire people and do founder agreements. Then it needs to build its cap table. Then if it's a UK company, it wants to offer SEIS and EIS tax to its investors. And then it wants to do a funding round. And then it wants to offer EMI share options to its team. And we've automated all of that in an elegant interface. We have a team that helps, so it's a beautiful self-service with humans operation. So my normal startup pitch is if you're a UK startup and you're looking to raise investment, do not go to a law firm. There's a new way of doing it. But what I want to talk about today is a bigger picture, changing the way people contract and agree things with each other more fundamentally. And here, let's take a step back and look at what we're doing in 4 phases to completely change that. So part 1, the art of really what we've done is to reduce the things that people want to negotiate from hundreds of pages of legals into key deal terms. So we talk to each other. Would you like investor director? Yes, I'd like one. And what percent shares do you want to keep your investor director? Do you want preemption? Do you want investor consent? So by agreeing these things, the platform then builds all the deal documents. And our system will build in 1 millisecond what a human takes 3 days to build. So you can focus on the deal inputs, and the system instantly produces everything you need for your round. As you negotiate, your cap table is instantly updated. All the numbers will be guaranteed correct. The deal documents, hundreds of pages if necessary, will change in seconds to reflect what you want. So if you're a company looking to raise investment, SeedLegals is the fastest way to do that. But coming out later this year is SeedLegals for investors. So if you're a fund or an investor, this will be the fastest way to send out a term sheet. Now, sending out a term sheet isn't very difficult. You've got your Word doc template, you put in some details, you send it out. But after that is the big mind the gap moment, where everyone decamps to lawyers, spends tens of thousands of pounds, weeks and months go by, but imagine that you've got a beautiful interface. You can see side by side, I would like this, you would like that. You can clone your standard deal terms. And as you agree, things disappear off screen with real-time notifications. And as you reach consensus, all the deal documents, shareholders agreement, articles, and so on are instantly created. You get to see all your portfolio in one elegant interface. You can track, and later on, when you've got your information rights, your management reports that you've told the company they need to send you, you'll be able to see them there as well. So we're launching SeedLegals for investors starting in a few months' time. But wait, there's more, which is it's all about data. So your average lawyer might do one funding round every few weeks, maybe one a month. We do 2 a day. And because we know the fundamental underlying deal terms, 100 plus of them for any given round, we can use data to change everything. So from every round being an island, people relying on a lawyer to go, yeah, I think you should do X, to using data across hundreds of rounds to show both parties what to do. So I think fundamental in step 3 is transform something that was an island, many islands, into something where both parties can see. And not only can we then represent market, but we can make market. And let me give you an example. So this chart here shows the percent equity that a company gives away or sells in a funding round. And you can see that a company will sell a median 15% equity. So if the investor says, I'd like 30% for my £300,000, the company might point them to the chart on the SeedLegals site and go, that's a bit of an outlier. But what we noticed is that we noticed this little blip on the left. This is people raising smaller amounts for small amounts of dilution thanks to legal technology. So instead of spending months and thousands of pounds with a lawyer doing a funding round, people would come on SeedLegals and use our platform to do things much faster. So we then created two products. We didn't really create or invent them. We productized them and branded them. So we took an advanced subscription agreement. We call it a seed fast. And a seed fast is a way to raise ahead of a round. And then we productized rolling close. So we found people were calling us to say, I'm looking to raise £500,000. I've got 300,000 lined up. What do I do next? And instead of going, well, you have to wait, we said, why don't you do a rolling close round and top up afterwards? And introducing those has fundamentally changed the way UK startups now raise investment. Something like 1 in 12 early-stage UK investments are now done through SeedLegals. We don't find the investors, you find the investors, but this is the platform to take care of it all. We find more investments are closed at 1 a.m. now than at 10 a.m. because that's when founders get to do their tax, investment, accounting, and all the other things on a Sunday night. I feel like a drug dealer when people buy 5 of our seed fasts at midnight on a Sunday night. So what happens now is instead of the big 12 to 18 months go big or go bust cycle, we've fundamentally given founders the opportunity and the tools that let them raise opportunistically. Maybe they're on stage at an event like this and someone says, hey, I love what you're doing, can I invest 20K? And instead of saying, come back in March next year, they can go, what's your email? I will send you a seed fast. So thing 3 is to use data to bring both parties together to both reflect what's market and then also make market. The next step is borderless legals. So we all know and love TransferWise with borderless banking. Imagine the fragmented economy of legals. Every country is different. You want to invest in France? I have no idea how to invest in a French company. I wouldn't know where to start. But imagine there's a single interface where all the deal terms, because we reduce documents to deal terms, are in your preferred language. And then the system will render the documents in the local jurisdiction. So when you want to invest in a French company, you'll see all the deal terms. You can negotiate in English, and it will render the term sheet in French. Actually, in France, the shareholders agreement is typically in English, and the articles are in French. But we take care of all of that. So starting in a few months' time, starting with France, and I'm here to announce today that SeedLegals will let you invest in companies in multiple countries through a single interface, again, reducing things that are local and that are buried in thousands of words of legals into fundamental concepts that are kind of immutable across countries. And we then build all the documents, and I would look to see the way that French companies raise transforms in the same way that UK ones. So we plan to be the operating system of your company, a single platform that you can go for all the legals from the earliest stage through to seed, Series A, and beyond for your company. We're now about 40 people. We closed our own Series A with Index Ventures, Kima, and the family, raised £3 million on SeedLegals, of course. We're growing very rapidly. I'd like to talk to anyone afterwards who's interested as an investor in dramatically reducing the time to close your rounds, and if you're a founder, to dramatically reducing the time to do your rounds and the cost, and changing fundamentally the way that you run your business. And of course, in the future, we may look into adjacent areas as well, but for now, one thing at a time. Thank you very much.